So a bit of Liverpool transfer news. There is a departure at Liverpool, and that is Fabio Carvalho, who was on loan at Red Bull Leipzig for the first half this season, who's now got his loan. Obviously, we told him from his loan. Has gone to Championship side Hull City for probably the rest of the season. For me, this is a good sign for Hull, especially if they want to obviously. With my expectations of Hull start season were to obviously get in the playoffs at Yates under Ian Senior. Ian Senior, who I do rate as a coach and as a pundit as well. Very knowledgeable, knows everything about the EFL as well. And nice yard as well. But as for Fabio Carvalho, the only negative about him is attitude problems. That's the reason why we loaned him out. In the first place was attitude problems. Obviously, we were having an uproar last season why he wasn't playing for Liverpool, wasn't given a chance for Liverpool. That's probably why, because of attitude problems. Fabio Carvalho, and he probably had his own recall because again attitude problems. Because it's all right saying he won't be getting ahead of Shabby Simons at Red Bull Leipzig, but at least fight for it. At least fight for that place, but he didn't, from what I've heard. And for me, he whipped the championship off with Fulham, didn't he? To be fair, he did whip the championship off with Fulham. It's probably his level, the championship. Obviously, it was a waste of time. I don't know why Liverpool signed him in the first place. It was one of them weird signs why we signed him. Even when we signed him, I was like, well, why we signed him? Why we signed him for? I think that tells me it wasn't really Jurgen Klopp signing, to be honest with you. Fabio Carvalho, because even when we signed him, Jurgen Klopp wasn't really speaking high enough of him. It was just like, it's like he was pretending that he wanted Carvalho, but he didn't. He didn't want him at all. So it was more of a FSG signing, to be honest with you, Fabio Carvalho. And but yes, hope he has a good loan spell at Hull, and yes, hope we can sell. Yes, hope we can sell him permanently because he's not a future at Liverpool. Yes, be real. I really don't want him to have a future at Liverpool because we don't need players with bad attitude. Like Fabio Carvalho. But excluding their attitude problems, he'll be a good signing. He will be a good signing for Hull and will help Hull massively in terms of the rest of the playoffs and who knows, even maybe more. Maybe promotion potentially by the playoffs. He was in for the three Premier League clubs as well, but I think this move made sense for him. Hull as well, to do like their Portuguese and foreign players as well. And I think it's a perfect signing for Hull. Perfect signing. He whipped it up in the Championship with Fulham, Carvalho. So he'd be looking to do the same with Hull as well. And Ian Senior, he's a good coach as well. Ian Senior, he'll try and get the best out of Fabio Carvalho. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below. Hull City signed Fabio Carvalho on loan from Liverpool. Once the loan spell ends for Fabio Carvalho at Hull, I hope we get rid of him permanently because we don't need players with bad attitude at the football club. I think that's a big no-no for me. And it's never worked out for him at Liverpool Football Club in the first place, and it wasn't really a Jurgen Klopp signing by the looks of things. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below on this signing. Any Hull fans, any Liverpool fans, feel free to leave your thoughts down below, and any YouTube fans, feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments.